Good afternoon. Happy Thursday. Thank you for watching this video. This is not going to be live this afternoon because our internet is out. So we're just going to record the video using my iPad and I will upload it. So anybody that's watching this, it will be a replay. It's pretty much the same thing, except if you have a question, put it in the comments and I will go back and read all those comments later. You just won't get an instant answer to your question. But I need to go ahead and get this wreath finished, so I decided just to record it and upload it later. So, just because it's not live doesn't mean you're not eligible for our blessing bag. This week I'm giving away these 3 stars as the blessing for this week. So all you have to do is put #star in the comment section and your name will be put in our blessing bag, and next Monday I will pull a name out and this will be my gift to you. So since this is a wreath, I am going to get up and Ed's going to lower you, and I'm going to try to work from the side so that you can see what I'm doing, and we'll talk about the different things. So he's going to lower you down to where you can just see the mat, and we'll talk about what's going on. Okay, we're going to start. I picked out, this is the mesh I'm going to use. I actually got this border mesh. It's really pretty. It's got the sparkles just on the border. And I got it from the wreath shop, but you probably can find it just about anywhere. You're going to need a whole roll of it. I have just this little bit left, and that's because sometimes they short you on a roll, and I cut 18 pieces of it, but 9 of them I cut at 20 inches and 9 of them I cut at 19. Once I finished my base, it was a little too sparkly, so I went back and added 9 pieces at 12 inches of this kind of beige. It's a fabric mesh. You wouldn't have to use fabric mesh. You wouldn't have to use beige. You could just add a little white or whatever you wanted to, but because of the sign, I wanted it more, just a little bit of a country look or Americana look. So that's why I added the beige. So, yeah, they don't have to see the stars. I'm probably going to have something over there anyway in a minute. Would you plug up my glue gun? I forgot. By the time we get to the end of this, I'm going to need that glue gun plugged up. Okay, so let me lay the mesh aside. Now, let's go over. This is the 14-inch ring from the Dollar Tree. And I am loading my pipe cleaners the same way I always do. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 crossbars. So you want a pipe cleaner on each of those 6 crossbars. I've only done 3, but you would do these 3. So you're going to have 6 in the middle. Then you're going to go and put on the crossbar, the second ring, you're going to put 1 all the way around. Then go back and put 1 in the center. We pretty much go over this every time, but it gives you a total of 18 rings once you get it all the way around. So that's how I get started on my base, okay? As far as the method that we're going to do, I'm going to use the curl method. And let me see if I have a clip right here. Yeah. It's just easier. Take your mesh and turn it over. It's basically the ruffle, but I do fold down the end just a little bit, and what I do is just put a clip on it. And we've done the ruffle many times, and you're going to put 1 in every pipe cleaner. So fold the end just a little bit, then just take it in the middle and ruffle up the edges like this. Okay, and you're going to have kind of what looks like a bow tie. Then you're going to take it, it does not matter whether you do the inside or the outside, you're going to put 1 of these in every pipe cleaner, like this, okay? Then I went back, and you'll see in a minute when I show you the whole wreath. I've got a few more of these to put in my wreath, and y'all know I like to get as much done as I can ahead of time. So this is what the wreath looks like right this minute. I have done all of the inside and on the outside. So now you can see I have not done this one, or this one. So I have 3 of these to do. You just have to move your mesh out of the way. I'm gonna probably sit down to do these because it's just easier. And I'm gonna raise it up and put it in there where it's going this way, which is horizontal. Okay, and you just kind of have to fix your mesh a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to do another one right here and another one right here. The same thing. I have 4 pieces, so I either have an extra piece or I have 4 to do. All right, let me find my clip. What did I do with it?
Over there by the center.
Yeah. Okay, so I put a clip there. I'm going to take it and turn it under here just a little bit. You can do any type of method that you want to. I just like the ruffle. And the reason I'm turning it under is because this mesh was not cut with a wood burner. I just used my rotary cutter, and it does fray a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to fill this one in. Now normally I would not have the beige ones in there at the moment. I would do all the red first, but I could tell it was going to be too blingy, too glittery. So I decided what I want to do is to add that other. So I have 2 more of these. And then I'll show you where I added the beige. I only did every other on the beige. But this gets our base. You can do this with any kind of mesh and get your base done. And a lot of this we hide when we go to do the ribbons. You can do your base in any color. I could have used a solid red. I actually could have used this burlap type all the way around and just added some red. But I had this pretty red, white, and blue, and I wanted to use it. I'm twisting it 2 or 3 times and coming down because these are all on the outside. Okay, this is the last one of the red. I probably could have gone live on my phone, but our service is not the greatest in the house, and I was afraid it would just be stopping and starting, and it's just better to just record it, and then I'll post it when I can. Because we have a soccer game this evening, so I'll just, if it comes back on before then, I will post it. And, you know, you still can ask any questions, and I go back and read the comments. 1, 2, 3. Put this one down. Okay. So that would get all of our red. And I went back, and like I said, these are only cut at 12 inches because you don't want as much. And so what I was doing, the inside, I put on every, because you only have 6, I put it on every one of them. And I'm going to put the sign in the middle. But on the outside, I did every other. So I have one there. So I'm going to skip this one and not put one there. Okay? So I'm going to come in, I'm going to put one right here. And I'm doing the same thing. This one I did not fold under. You could. It doesn't fray quite as much. I just ruffled it. Now this time, and it's a matter of preference, you don't have to do it this way, but I turned it to where it would go up and down. So you just have to take your pipe cleaners to where they're open like this and put, is that the right one? Hang on. Nope, I'm skipping that one. It's this one right here. And if you're going to put them up and down, your pipe cleaners, of course, have to go across. Fabric mesh frays also. And you can tell it's sticking to this. So I put it vertical inside. Because I still want to be able to see that pretty border. I mean, you pay extra to get that border, so I still want to be able to see it peeking out. All right, then I'm going to skip this one and put it in this one. And then this one is skipped and I started there. So then we'll be done with our base. And I'll show you, it's pretty full. Okay, and I'm gonna go this way. A lot of times, like I said, you cover up a lot of your base with your ribbons anyway and your sign. And I can cut these frays off as either when I see them or at the very end. Okay, so this is our base. And see, it's very full. Now, with this particular one, I think since I'm not gonna put a bow, and I want my sign in the center, I'm gonna go ahead and put ribbon tails in every one on the inside. And then I'll show you what I'm gonna do on the outside as a little bit of a change up. I'm trying to remember, I've already cut these. So I may do every other one here because I think that's what I had planned on. But let me show you the ribbon I decided to use. I'll bring it over there. These were the 3 ribbons I decided. Let me show you the sign because I'm gonna have to get it. This sign came from personalized by Pam. So it's a real pretty, kind of not real blingy, but it's gonna go here in the middle. So the ribbons I chose this one from Nick. I got it from Nick, Seasonal Decor. And then I chose this red stripe that kind of brings out this, and plus the red stripe here. And to tell you the truth, I had this one, I've had it over a year, and I'm not sure where I got it. I have on it SLL, and for the life of me, I can't remember what that would stand for. This is one from the wreath shop, same place I got this mesh, and it's just the blue stars. So what I was going to do is use these 2 in one of them, and then do something extra with this one. So I cut 9 of each of these at 13 inches, and I cut 9 of these at 18 inches because we're gonna put like a half bow using that ribbon. So those were the ribbons I chose. And I'll get the sign adjusted in a minute. So let me stop and think for a minute which one I want. Because you know you have on the outside every other one. On the inside you have every one. So it doesn't really matter where I start on the inside. And your sign is going to cover up some of them. But on this one I felt like it would be better to go ahead and do them. All right. So these, the stars, are cut longer. And then I folded them in half. So I'm going to start right here. All right, let me stop and think for a second. On the outside, I'm going to do the star on the red one that does not have the beige in it. So either way, there could be one at the top. So let's start with this one. What I'm gonna do, it's 18 inches, I folded it in half, and then I'm gonna come down about 2 inches, and I'm just gonna squeeze it like this. Let's see, I'm going to end up with like a little half bow. All right, so I'm gonna put it in my twist tie, and then just put it in there tightly and do 2 or 3 times. And you're gonna, when you do this one, you're gonna have to twist one of those tails to put the pretty side up. And then when I'm sure I'm not gonna put anything else in there, I'll cut those off. But then I'm gonna take this and open it up to where you've got like a half bow, okay? Okay, so for the next one, I'm gonna use one of each of these. I don't know how to get this where y'all can see them. I'm gonna take this one and the red and white stripe and kind of put it on top of it a little bit, and then right in the middle, scrunch it together. That kind of helps separate them a little bit. They're both gonna go in this zip tie, not zip tie, pipe cleaner. But I'm not gonna cut them off because I'm gonna be adding something else. Just kind of fix your ribbons. All right, so then the next one I'm gonna do a blue one again. Come in about 2 inches, put it in there, and twist it. Then twist your ribbon to where the pretty side's up. Make your half bow. I could have done part of these ahead of time, but it just didn't look right, and it would get too confusing since I had not finished putting in the mesh. So I'm going to take this one. This time I'm going to put this one on the bottom one and put it in here. Now remember, I don't cut off my zip ties until I'm done with my embellishments, because I have quite a few things and I'm just not sure what we're going to put on this one. I get my base. You know, we start out with a sign. You get your inspiration from the sign as to what color you want to do for your mesh. And then same thing, you use your sign to pick out what matches the mesh and the sign for your ribbons. And what I do is I just grab several things that match as far as embellishments, and then when I get my sign, my wreath made, then I choose what I want to use. You can use as much or as little as you want to, just depending on what you like and what you don't like. Okay, see, it didn't take very long to do the top because you only have 6. It'll take a little bit longer on the bottom because we have 12 of them.
Can't quit yawning.
Okay. I think since we're just recording this, we could pause it right now and just bring it back when I'm done. But let me do a couple on the bottom. And see, I don't, as much as I can, I want to kind of separate these. So on this one, I'm going to put the blue one right here. I'm going to start on the bottom. There will be some of them that will be the same because they overlap. So I'm going to put the blue in. And I'm going to do every one of them, but they will change. You know, I'm still going to do this next one, but it will be these 2 ribbons, not the blue. So I'm going to alternate my 3 ribbons. One of them will have just the blue stars, and then the one with the beige mesh is going to have the stripes and the stars. Okay, let me do 1 or 2 more. Then I'm going to pause it until I finish so that you don't have to sit here the whole time. And hopefully we'll be able to get it started back up when we pause it. We should be able to. Okay, so I'm alternating. I'm going to bring these down. This is the beige one, so it's going to have the 2. Okay, so you see what I'm doing? I'm alternating these on the outside. So that's what you're going to have. 2, the one with the stars. 2, the one with the stars. And I'm going to go all the way around like that. So we're going to pause it. Yeah, I'm not sure how to pause it. I think, hopefully it won't stop. If it does, we'll start another one. But I think I will just